What is up, YouTube? Basidio here. Got a game for you today against Cool Story Brobat. It's my boy. We were both trying out pretty new teams. This is the first game with my team. Not sure how new his team is. I know he made it recently, so probably just a few games in. I'm at the top. He's at the bottom. Yeah, as you can probably tell, there's some weird sprites here. This was Showdown's April Fool's prank, and I think it's hilarious. A lot of them are pretty funny. And look at that Hitmontop right there. That thing is adorable. That thing, oh my gosh. There's so many cool sprites. So yeah, my team's at the top. I got a Dolan-esque Swellow saying caca. Swellow and you get at me. I got my party Slowbro. My very anime Roserade. I mean, they're going for cute here too, but it doesn't even touch the Hitmontop. My Rotom H and my Umbreon. He's coming at me with a Haunch Crow, however you say it, it doesn't matter. Cobalion, Slowbro, Snorlax, Frostlass, and Togekiss. Now, before I start, I just want to say I was looking at some of the sprites, just making teams so I could look at the sprites. They made Love Disc very cool. So if you're on Showdown, I'm pretty sure this is still going on, check out Love Disc. It's like this badass piranha. But let's get started. So, I lead off with my Easy Bake, my Rotom H, while he leads off with his Slowbro. I just go for the trick right away instead of the Volt Switch because I thought he'd go into Snorlax. He doesn't. Goes for a Psyshock. So, kind of I was really hoping Snorlax would come in, but now I just Volt Switch out, do some good damage to his Slowbro, and now I send in Happy Halloween, my Slowbro. Slowbro, it's April already. Why are you saying Happy Halloween? You're so slow. Goes for a Psyshock, he's not switching. Figured that'd happen, so I go for the Calm Mind. I figured he'd figure it was a stalemate. So, go for the Calm Mind, and now I go for a Scald, because I thought he might switch in Honchkrow. Go for the Scald. And he goes for Trick himself, and I'm like, what? Trick, Choice Scarf, Togekiss? What is going on? So, I go for a Psyshock. And now he switches out into a Slowbro. And now he switches out again. Now he's max health because of Regenerator. Good play by him. And now I'm stuck in Psyshock against a Honchkrow. So I switch out, go into my Umbreon. Take a Brave Bird. Does 2/3. Hits me very hard. This Mr. Banks, this Honchkrow, is going to be doing some damage. I go for the Protect. So he goes for another Brave Bird. Now, I don't want to lose my Umbreon. He's my Heal Beller and my Wish Passer. So I switch out, go into Slowbro, figuring I might be able to take 2 Brave Birds. And if not, I can rack up some good recoil damage. Goes for another Brave Bird and takes me out. So he's left with 6%. Got the Moxie boost. So I go into my Rotom, figuring if he Sucker Punches, oh well, I'll die. If he goes for the Roost, I'll go for the Overheat, because Volt Switch won't be super effective, and Overheat will definitely kill. So I take him out, I outspeed, I guess he went for the Brave Bird. Go into my Umbreon, as he goes for a Psyshock, which is what I was hoping for. Even if he went for Scald, I'm a special defensive monster, so I wouldn't have died. Go for a Wish, as he goes into his Togekiss. Freaking Trick, Choice Scarf, Togekiss. Good for you, Brobat. Was not expecting that. Goes for a Fire Blast. So I switch in my Rotom H. Get fully healed from the Wish. I go for a Volt Switch because I figured the Snorlax switch was coming. If not, I hit Togekiss and kill it. If I do, then I get to switch right away. So I go into that adorable Hitmontop. And I predicted a switch. I was predicting a switch into Frostlass, so I go for a Stone Edge. He goes into his Brubalion. Mega resists it. Now, I can still hit him super effectively, so I think he's not staying in with Brubalion either. Goes for a Volt Switch. I just go for another Stone Edge and hit his Frostlass hard. So, good prediction by me. Yeah. because he knew I was going to predict the first switch. Second switch is what got him. So I go into my easy bake. So he goes for a taunt. And I'm just trying to play around Destiny Bond at this point. Goes for a Destiny Bond. As I switch in my Murica, my Swallow. Go for a U-turn because I don't want to get killed by Destiny Bond. Go back into my Rotom. So he goes for an Ice Beam. Freezes me. Now here I get confused because I thought if you use a fire move while you're frozen, you get defrosted. Apparently not, because I went for overheat. So I don't know what's happening. Maybe I just don't know the rules as well as I thought I did. Goes for another Destiny Bond as I switch into Swallow. Go for another U-turn because I don't want to lose my Swallow. Swallow's a beast. And he can wreak havoc on this team after Slowbro's gone. On his team after Slowbro's gone. So I go back into my easy bake. So he goes for another Ice Beam. I go for the overheat, thaw out this time, and take him out. So I'm up 2-1. Pretty close game so far. I really hate the special attack drop from overheat. I mean, it's a great move, but having to switch out every time, it's just bothersome. So brobat makes a very nice double switch. Sends in his Hershey, so now I have to switch. Go into my Rotom Heat. So he goes for an Air Slash. And I believe I just Volt Switch here. He switches out, goes into a Snorlax. Kind of expected that. Yeah. So I switch out, go into my Hitmontop again. And I think I go for close combat here. I didn't rewatch this, so I'm not entirely sure. No, I go for the Toxic, predicting the Togekiss switching. He makes a nice play and goes into Brobalion. So I go for a close combat. And I thought about spinning here instead of taking out the Cobalion, but he still has his Rocks user. So spinning, it's just kind of like a middling move. So I go for another close combat, take out the Brobalion. Now I'm at -2/-2 defenses, so I'm going to switch out, make sure my Hitmontop can take a hit and then spin. Plus he sends in his Togekiss, so an Air Slash would definitely kill me. He goes for an Air Slash. Do I flinch? Oh no, I switched. What am I talking about? He makes a nice prediction because I went for the Protect so I could live another Air Slash, and then he'd have to rely on the flinch chance. Now I go for the Wish. So he goes for a Whirlwind. Whirlwind's in my Hitmontop. So now his Spiker and Stealth Rock user are dead, so I'm going to go for the Rapid Spin, take out his entry hazards. So now Whirlwind is just a phasing move, really, and I don't have a booster, so it's kind of a useless set now. Rest Talk Whirlwind Snorlax with no entry hazards up is pretty useless. Unless you're facing something like, I don't know, Swords Dance Weevil. Not even, because a Swords Dance Weevil could take out a Snorlax. Calm Mind Raikou or something, let's say. So I just keep going for wishes as he's going for Body Slams and Whirlwinds. I'm healing up fully. He's at -2 attack from Whirlwinding and Hitmontop and stuff. And me switching Hitmontop in. I go back into my Umbreon, go for another wish. So he switches out and goes into his Togekiss. Now, obviously, I can't switch Hitmontop in here. So I'm going to switch to my Rotom, I believe. Yes, switch into my Rotom. Obviously, Wish does nothing because I'm at full health. He makes a weird double switch and goes into Togekiss. Takes a Volt Switch and dies. Maybe at this point he's just kind of like, alright, because I am up 5-3, 5-2. Goes into a Slowbro. I go for a U-turn with my Swallow. Go into my Roserade. Take a Psyshock. Yeah, so this is looking like a win. Go for the Giga Drain. Heal up. Now, I'm just going to sack my Roserade so I can switch Swallow in safely. Go for Facades until Snorlax is dead. So I go for the Sludge Bomb, he goes for a Body Slam, paralyzes me, which, I mean, it doesn't matter, but it's funny. Goes for another Body Slam, and now I'm going to switch in my Swellow, like I said, and go for Facades. Boosted by Guts and Toxic Orb, in case you were wondering, so it's up 140 base power, and look at that damage. 75% on a neutral stab move from a Swellow. So take him out 4-0. Good game, Brobat. Like I said, we were both using new teams. I just want to say, Swellow is a very underrated threat. In NU, RU, and even in UU. He is in the same speed tier as Weavile. Can really wreak havoc because he's a great scout with U-turn. Gets a Guts boost from Toxic Orb or Flame Orb. I think he reaches like 387 attack or something after the Guts. And has 2 stab moves. One base power 120 and the other 140 base power. So, I mean, after factoring in stab, what Facade is at 210 base power, and Brave Bird's at 180, right? Yeah. So, you don't need that much strength when you're hitting with such powerful moves and you get a Guts boost. Also, if your team struggles with Sableye, slap a Swellow on it. He gets a Guts boost. I mean, it used to be Heracross that did that, but everyone's running Moxie Choice Scarf Heracross. If you want to run a Guts Heracross, feel free. They hit harder off the bat. Swellow, not so much. Swellow still hits hard. As you saw, he did 75% with a Facade to a Snorlax. Still hits hard, but he is more for scouting purposes and late game cleaning, as you saw. So, good game again, Brobat. If you like the battle, like, comment, subscribe, and see you tomorrow.